This video will serve as an introduction to factoring polynomials. We'll start by learning how to factor a monomial. And this is nothing more than just simply reverse distributive property. So factoring is when you break a polynomial into the product of polynomials of lesser degree than the poly that you've started with. So this is actually very simple. Looking at the first, I have x raised to the power of 8. If I factor out or reverse distribute an x raised to the power of 5, I would need to multiply this by x raised to the power of 3 to get the original monomial right back. Looking at something like problem number 3. Coefficient of negative 12, variable x raised to the power of 4. If I factor out or reverse distribute 3x cubed, I would need to multiply by negative 4. Negative 4 times positive 3 is going to give me the coefficient piece, and then I would need to multiply by an x to the first so that I get the original monomial right back. Looking at number 4, I would need to multiply this by positive 5x raised to the power of 5, so that when I multiply the two factors together, I get the original monomial right back. Let's move on and look at a few more. Here things just start to get a little bit more cluttered, but the thought process is still the same. If I look at a problem like this, and you can see the expression, the monomial expression that has been factored out, you would need to multiply by a positive 5, a raised to the power of 3, and b raised to the power of 3, so that the product of the two factors would give you the original monomial, the original polynomial right back. Let's look at something like number 9. So I'm starting with this expression. I'm factoring out an x squared, so that means I would need to pick up an x cubed and a y cubed, so that the product of the two factors gives me the original monomial right back. And let's do a few more on the video. I'll look at number 11. I would need to multiply by a positive 2, x raised to the power of 7, and since y to the 6th is already intact in both places, I do not need to introduce that again, so I don't need to include that in my 2x to the 7th monomial. When I take the product of the two monomials right here, it gives me the original right back. So I'm not changing the value of anything, I'm just simply breaking it down into a product of smaller pieces. And let's do one more. Let's look at number 15. That's a perfect square, so the coefficient missing would be 11. I already have u squared, so I don't need to introduce that again. What is missing, however, would be v squared. So if I were to multiply the two factors right here, I get the original right back.